Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next is an industry presentation on powering digital governance by Shuja Mirza, Director, Solutions Engineering India and SAARC NetApp. NetApp, a cloud-led data-centric software business, applies its software innovation to help customers thrive in a hybrid cloud world. It offers cloud data services for the management of applications and data across cloud and on-premises environments. Let's hear more from Mr. Mirza, how NetApp is contributing in powering digital governance. Welcome, Mr. Mirza. Thank you very much for joining us. I now hand it over to you.
Hi, my name is Shuja Mirza, Director Solutions Engineering for NetApp. Today I'm going to be talking about powering digital governance. Let me start with introducing NetApp. As an organization, we are on our way to becoming a $6 billion organization. 30 years of experience in supporting about 38,000 customers worldwide, which include a lot of public sector and government organizations. Our presence here in India is marked by our Global Center of Excellence based out of Bangalore and supported by 2,500 engineers who not only create IP, which is being used in our products worldwide, but they support some of the most critical installations for our customers worldwide, all based out of Bangalore. We support our customers here in the region, in the Indian subcontinent, through the support centers and the engineering resources at the locations you see on the slide. And from India operations, we support neighboring countries like Colombo, like Sri Lanka, and at the same time, Bangladesh and Nepal as well. Some of you might know NetApp as a storage organization, but over years, NetApp has evolved into a cloud-led data-centric software company. And our strategy, and our very clear strategy, is to apply our rich data-centric software innovation to help you thrive in the hybrid cloud world. Through our data fabric architecture, we bring the simplicity and flexibility of cloud to the enterprise data centers, and at the same time, bring the enterprise data services to the cloud. If you wish, and if you choose to deploy your applications in the cloud, you would find NetApp providing that seamless bridge, which will allow you to move your applications in the cloud. And if you choose to deploy them fresh, new platforms in the cloud, you would find NetApp technologies powering that innovation in the cloud itself. Let's talk about the public sector organizations and how do we really secure the hybrid cloud environment for public sector organizations. When we talk about, just before we start off with security and various aspects of it and related to building confidence with the public services, let's talk about innovation as well, because in this open competitive world, all the organizations, whether public or private, they are competing with each other on a very level playing field. And that requires organizations to really innovate at the speed of business, at the speed at which the citizens wants them to. And therefore, there is a lot of pressure on the IT organizations to continuously innovate and come up with the latest and the best services, improving the customer experience of the citizens in this case. Now, NetApp, through its technology, provides simplicity, efficiency, data protection for enterprise applications by keeping the experience very, very seamless, very, very agile deployments, which will allow you to run these enterprise applications within the data centers and allow you to move them into other data centers across sites or even into hyperscaler data centers and adopt cloud technologies without having to transform or re-platform your data. One of the conversations which is at the center of innovation in current times is the conversation around cloud and the hyperscaler cloud, because the promise of cloud is that it allows you to really deploy your services and launch your services much faster as compared to really building up the hardware and applications and then hoping that you would be able to launch successful services. The way NetApp helps preserves the experience and enables a faster go-to-market, if I may, for those services is by ensuring that whatever legacy applications you have and the data it holds, you will be able to transform that and move it into the cloud seamlessly. The NetApp data plane, whatever data services it is offering to you from your data centers today, the same data plane is available in the cloud, and thereby making it easier for customers to just right click and have your data move to newer platforms, faster applications, more available applications, and thereby delivering a much better service to the citizens. Today, NetApp services are available from METI approved clouds, government community clouds, and any hyperscaler of choice in the country. Talking of hyperscalers and our ability to host it in clouds, one of the perceived challenges hosting your data in the cloud is about the data leaving the borders of our country. And the personal data protection bill, which is getting firmed up, has one of the key aspects of that bill is that the data should not leave the borders of our country. What NetApp has done, working with the hyperscalers, NetApp technology is part of all the METI approved clouds. And at the same time, working with the hyperscalers like AWS, Azure, or Google, you would have the ability to host your data within the borders of our country and yet enjoy all the benefits of the cloud. For customers who are using NetApp technologies and they are used to the speed and confidence of the data services being delivered by NetApp, you would be able to move the data plane as I talked about, or migrate from the data plane which you are used to within your data centers and move it into the cloud seamlessly without any replatforming or re-engineering your information assets. Moving on to operational excellence, cyber resiliency. No conversation is complete these days until we talk of cyber resiliency. The kind of cyber attacks we are facing, they're coming in all shapes, and the velocity at which they are hitting us, it is absolutely impossible to stay away or protect yourself from such attacks. But what is really possible, and that is where NetApp is focusing, is the ability to bounce back from such a cyber attack. So today, if there is a ransomware attack and somebody gets through the data centers and then hits our information assets, how fast can we bounce back from such an attack? How resilient we are as an organization, as a public-facing organization, delivering public services on which a lot of national well-being is dependent. How fast can we recover from such an attack? So NetApp technologies which revolve around business continuity, securing your information, ensuring that you have disaster recovery solutions in place so that if one repository is affected, recovery can be achieved within seconds from the other repository. And then also having copies of these information assets in forms of backups and long-term archive, so that if a lot of powered on media is affected, you still have media which is powered off and data can be recovered from that media. Data security, the approach we take at NetApp, we follow the zero trust architecture. And under the zero trust architecture, we ensure that there is no unauthorized access which is allowed into NetApp systems. And if there is, then through alerts and predefined mechanisms, we could isolate that threat as well. Just before I move to the zero trust architecture, just wanted to highlight that some of the health initiatives across the country, more than half the states, they run on NetApp hybrid systems. And our Prime Minister talked about billions of financial transactions in a single day. Very, very proud to share that all those transactions pass through NetApp all flash arrays. And the kind of response you see, for example, your UPI transactions, by the time you click the button and you get an acknowledgement, it is less than a second or maybe 1 or 2 seconds. And all that is possible by technologies which are running in the back end from NetApp. Moving on to zero trust architecture, it requires proper classification, identification, and classification of data. NetApp has tools which will allow you to identify information assets which need to be treated differently, which need to be kept in a way where compliance and regulatory rules can be applied to those information assets, and at the same time follow the verify, never trust, and assume a breach mechanism where we are absolutely by design in a mode where anything goes wrong, we have the ability to bounce back within seconds. It also extends to physical security, and I just wanted to highlight some of our partnerships and some of the solutions which we have delivered across the country, not only in smart city initiatives but also in state police and judiciary establishments across the country. Hundreds of sites being supported by NetApp technology in the back end, supported by certified engineers who are keeping these services up and running. So if there are any surveillance initiatives, if there are any physical security initiatives, NetApp through its partnerships with the VMS vendors, through the ISV ecosystem, we're delivering very, very comprehensive solutions in the country. Today, with more dependence on the systems, artificial intelligence comes to the fore, and there are always talks of leveraging systems more and more, a lot more than what we used to. And NetApp is very, very proud to present artificial intelligence reference architecture based solutions, which come out, which deliver very, very predictable performance for the users. Not only the PSUs and the government organizations are taking artificial intelligence routes, but our defense organizations as well are adopting artificial intelligence, and rightly so, because the warfare of future is the cyber warfare, and our ability to respond to systems from our enemies would require us to have systems which are far more capable and far more robust. So NetApp provides this reference architecture where you can have a very predictable outcome with partnerships with our ISV partnerships and hardware partnerships, the server storage and the AI modeling partnerships. We provide a very comprehensive AI solution, which not only works in your data center within the four walls of your data center, but for expansion purposes, if you wanted to take a few jobs into the cloud through our common data plane, both which works both in the data center and in the cloud, you may want to take some of the jobs in the cloud, train the system, bring back the models in your data center and run your artificial intelligence algorithms and models, and thereby achieve a faster ROI. With that, I would like to summarize, whatever we just talked about and how NetApp is delivering better governance through optimization, not only on the storage and the data management costs, but also on your compute costs. One of the biggest challenges of moving into the cloud is to really control your compute costs, and Spot by NetApp as a technology allows you to take about 60 to 70% of costs away from your cloud bills by optimizing your cloud costs. Expand your on-prem storage footprint instantly by using cloud storage. Choose a hypervisor of what suits your business purpose, and you would find a NetApp technology being offered as a first-party service by the hyperscalers and allowing you to expand seamlessly, enjoying the same enterprise-grade storage services from the hyperscalers. Automation, just to be able to deliver better ROI and a more robust mechanism of getting things done. Integration with Ansible, ServiceNow, etc., out of the box from NetApp just accelerates innovation. And of course, zero impact by securing the enterprise and also ensuring that if there is a disaster, we would be able to recover from such a disaster really, really quickly. That brings me to the last slide. You can see a list of ecosystem partners we work with, and really wanted to appreciate that you took out time to join our session. Please do visit us at our booths, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mirza, for all the latest updates and insights. Thank you so much. Now, viewers, we'll again take another short break. You go explore the area and enjoy the content, and join us soon.